alive. And often the rewards are more than just money. Many men in their own businesses say that the prime reward for the risk is self-satisfaction, the feeling that I did it on my own. It's a part and an extension of me. And in the long run, it seems that that is really what we're all looking for, a way in which we might realize the ultimate potential for our lives. During our last season, we did a story on an executive for a large manufacturing firm that decided to chuck it all and make a midlife career change. He left an urban lifestyle for the mountains of North Georgia, pitched a tent, and began from scratch, by hand. With his wife Cindy, Bill Johnston decided that he would fulfill his lifelong dream and enhance his lifestyle by doing what he always wanted, crafting replica antique furniture and making a living at it. We'll follow up on Bill and Cindy now, about 18 months later, and find out if life can be a bowl of cherries.
Life has been good to us these last 2 years. We've had our ups and our downs. We've had far more ups than downs. We've worked very hard, but we've had concrete achievements. We've completed the house, I'd say 95%. We are clear in what remains to be done, which we weren't before when we started. And the business, particularly of late, seems to be fairly stable. It seems to be a source of income that I can count on.
Bill, let's go back a bit first before we get into the rest of your story. You had a discontent with the basic direction in your life, and at some point in your life you made a decision to make a midlife change, a rather dramatic change. Why don't you tell us what went through your mind and how you felt, and what motivated a pretty drastic change in lifestyle?
That's fairly easy. I simply didn't like what I was doing, and I felt that I could do something else and succeed at it, and probably could pay the price in the process, because I knew it would be costly, both in terms of effort and also financially. I was an engineer. I was an engineering executive. I had achieved fairly highly. I have patents. I was vice president of one company, and I was known in my field. But I did find, in general, that the rewards were limited, the goals were abstract, and that frequently I was more frustrated than pleased. There were many more downs than ups. I was in a manufacturing company. The product we manufactured is a good product. We had competitors. It was a factory just like thousands across this country. And I was a small cog in a very large gearbox as far as that company was concerned. And that's the way companies in this country are organized. They're highly structured. Individuals are really but small pieces in a very large, complex setup. The individuals are not individuals, is what I'm trying to say. And that primarily is why I left that field and got out of engineering and got into this furniture. Because here I call the shots. Everything is under my control. And it will fail or succeed, dependent purely on me and my wife. The quality of the product is solely dependent on what I put into it. And the results, I feel, are appreciated. I think they're warm. I think the antique furniture, the copies of the antique furniture, are a very human element in a lifestyle in this country that is becoming less and less human and more plastic, more and more arbitrary, and more segmented in terms of what people can do and what people are expected to do. When we came here and built this house and the shop, we were goal-oriented. We had a goal. And we are still goal-oriented. And the fulfillment, or gradual fulfillment of that goal, even though it's evolving and changing, the goal is evolving and changing, the fact that it's being fulfilled, to us, answers all wants and needs. Because in my other life, in this other job that I had as an engineer, our goals were quite limited. A raise, another car, another diversion, from the fact that it was really a rather stale lifestyle. Here, it's incredibly good for us. I can't describe how good it is. It's a hard life. You know, the spring goes dry, you've got to dig out another one. The road gets washed out, you've got to call in a bulldozer at God knows how many dollars an hour and get that fixed. We've got another bedroom we want to build. I've got so much business, I don't know when I'm going to be able to build a bedroom, and I don't want to hire it out. But these problems like that, if you've got to have problems, have them. I mean, this is a good life.
Bill, if you had to, had the option to go back to where you were at that crossroads where you made the decision, and you had the luxury and the option of making this decision all over again, would it be the same one?
Yes, I wish I'd done it 20 years earlier. I really do. I think that I don't know that from now on would necessarily be any better, but I'd have had 20 years of real fulfillment that I didn't get in the industrial milieu that I worked in earlier. I'd do it anytime, any place again, absolutely. For me, this has turned out to be an incredibly fortunate, again, perhaps lucky, choice.
Life may not be a bowl of cherries, but it is what we make it to be. Bill Johnston knew what he wanted. He knew what his primary needs were, and he focused on those, ignoring the extraneous. And the result? Well, you judge for yourself. If you would like information on how you can attempt to make a go of it on your own, do some basic research on the subject first. There are a lot of places that you can go to get information that will help you define the pitfalls and hopefully make the trip somewhat easier. One source of information is the United States Government Small Business Administration. There you can find a wide selection of free pamphlets and periodicals addressing a number of subjects on small businesses. And you can even call a toll-free number and have a list of 200 subjects from which to choose. You can call that number at 1-800-433-7212. Or if you would like a list of free publications listing over 200 subjects on small business, you can write to them and ask for pamphlet 115A. Write to the United States Small Business Administration, Post Office Box 15438, Fort Worth, Texas 76119. Next week, the cold truth about hard money.
This silver dollar was minted in San Francisco 100 years ago, but it never got into circulation. 847 million of these dollars were minted, but 250 million were given to Britain in World War I, and another 50 million melted down for silver in World War II. Millions have been lost by normal attrition and other millions into circulation, so there aren't too many left. So you recognize that as the old cartwheel, the silver dollar. Now this little Hummer is the dollar that the Federal Reserve issues as payment for all debts, public and private, but not redeemable. Now in 1936, with 1,400 of either of these, I could have gone to my car dealer and driven out with the best full-sized new car he had. Today I can go into my car dealer with 1,400 of the silver dollars, and I can come out with 3 Fleetwood Bromes, enough of this ersatz Spitzel fuel to last each one a year, and have enough left over for a cruise in the South Seas for a month, easily. But with 1,400 of these, and if I didn't have my gold credit card with me, and probably my mother's signature, I'd be lucky if I could make the down payment on one. And that's the way it is.
That's next week on Power Switch.